The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of 580 WCHS or West Virginia Radio Corporation.
Charleston, good Tuesday morning to you, the 12th day of November. I'm Jeff Jenkins, and with me this morning from the Kanawha County Public Library is the marketing coordinator, Stuart Frazier. We're going to talk about the library. Stuart, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you. Stuart and I have talked on the phone and exchanged emails many times over the last few years and things. It's good to meet you. Good to have you here in the studio. And I was thinking, as I was driving in and preparing for the show today, I was thinking, cold outside, what a good day to be in a warm library.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the best day. Any day is the best day to be in the library.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so Stuart's with us. We're going to talk about some things going on at the library. Really exciting times. And we're going to talk about the plans and kind of how it's progressing there with the major renovation project that's going on, and a couple other things that are happening with the library. First of all, we were talking about this, and some people may know this, some people may not, but Kanawha County Public Library is a library system. Explain that, if you would, Stuart.
Yeah, so the Kanawha County Public Library we have library branches all over the county. We have about 10 branches plus a mobile library, or the bookmobile, as some people may know it as. We are servicing different areas of different communities all over the county, and we all kind of work together and correlate together with our programs, our resources. We share our information, and patrons all over the county are able to come in and use a card, whether you're in St. Albans or Cross Lanes or Dunbar or downtown Charleston or wherever. You can come in, use the same card, get the same information, use all the same resources, and we all share the same thing.
Yeah, and what's great about it is by design. These branches are in really good locations. I mean, they're real strategic locations. You can get the one at Cross Lanes or the one, and I know that after the 2016 flood, you guys worked hard with the county commission to get the Elk River branch basically back up and running.
Right.
So that seems to be going well, right?
Oh yes, it's going really well. We were happy that it came back, and after the flood and everything, the community was happy that it was back, and they were waiting for it to reopen, and we're just so happy that we're able to make that happen again.
Yeah, what a service the library provides. And I was telling Stuart off the air before we got started that I'm a what do I call it? Maybe a bookmobile veteran, or because I grew up in Eastern Kanawha County.
Maybe.
Yeah, alum, a bookmobile alum. That's better, because I grew up in Eastern Kanawha County in Pratt, and the bookmobile would come once a week. And this is back in the 70s. I'll show my age a little bit. This is back in the 70s. But I think maybe it would come on Tuesday, maybe, I don't know what day. But anyway, it would come, and it would park really close to where I lived. So you could see it when it pulled in, but the kids we would just run to it, so it was just kind of a unique thing, right? A bookmobile, a library on wheels.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's one of our many services that we have available in the KCPL system. We're able to reach these communities where we don't have a physical branch available or there. So we're able to still reach out and provide resources and provide entertainment, information, whatever, to our communities out there. You can't come to the library can come to you.
Yeah, exactly. And not only, and some people, and you'll talk to people, Stuart, and I don't know what kind of person you are, but, my wife loves to have a physical book in her hand. Mm-hmm. That's what she loves. And she goes to the library today, and she loves to read books. I mean, she has them in her hand. But other people, do it in other ways. There's so many other ways now to access the information.
Oh, absolutely. We have many online resources as well. You can download ebooks and audiobooks on your tablet or your smartphone, or even on like a smart TV at your house, and watch all sorts of videos, music, ebooks, like I said, audiobooks, all that kind of great stuff. So, we have resources available in many different ways.
I've talked to some people, and it seems like, just some friends recently who've talked about how they really love the service of the ebooks on their phone, right? And how, because some of these people travel a lot, they drive a lot with their jobs, and they just love that, where they can just download it and boom, have it on and listen to it as they drive.
Oh, right, exactly. You know, it's great for, like I said, trips or you're driving around, vacation. You know, maybe not so much right now, but if you're out jogging,
right?
You know, have some earplugs in and you know, listen to a book while you're taking your morning jog or whatnot. So
yeah, great opportunity to do that. If you have any questions about the library, you can give us a call at 304-345-5858. 304-345-5858. Stuart Frazier, the marketing director with the Kanawha County Public Library, is with us. And when you think of the library today, you've got to think of, you know, the future. I mean, what's going to be happening. And so, you know, we've talked about this for the last several years. You know, before you came on with the library, it's been several years. They talked about building a new branch, really stone's throw away from we're sitting right here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, over on Leon Sullivan Way. They've been raising money, but then they had kind of a shift of focus and basically said, what? I mean, we're in a great location. Let's see if we can't just stay where we are.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, now we are working towards our reimagine your library construction project. Construction bids are open now, and we are looking to renovate our main library downtown Charleston on 123 Capitol Street. We're going to pretty much gut the entire building, add about 20,000 square feet of area onto the building. We're going to add new spaces, new rooms, new services inside the building, and we have a proposed parking lot bridge that attaches to the library into the Summer Street parking garage, so you can just walk on over from the garage directly into the library. You know, and a lot of other great things in the way. So we are looking forward to starting this construction and you know, renovating our whole space and making it a new, fresh, and wonderful place for the community to gather.
Yeah, that's very exciting because it is an iconic building. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at it from Capitol Street; it's iconic, right? I mean, you want to keep that.
Absolutely do. You know, the library itself has been in that building. We're celebrating 110 years this year of being the library, you know, and people have known it as like the post office or federal building beforehand and things of that nature, you know. So we are very much interested in keeping that iconic look, but also adding new features, innovative features that will, you know, bring in new people and other people in and make it easier and more accessible for more and more people to come and use our resources.
Mm-hmm. So what we'll see, as you mentioned, is a lot of construction as far as gutting it out, adding to the rear of it, right towards Summer Street, and then the bridge over. So that's, you know, as people, because that's a very busy area of the city.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. And as they see that happening, I'm sure it's going to generate its own excitement.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're looking forward to it. It's already exciting now for us who are in the building and, you know, trying to figure out, okay, we got to pack this stuff up and try to move over here and get ready to move into temporary quarters. But we are looking forward to it being finished and done and coming back in and just being fresh and new.
And I'm sure there's been an effort. There's been committees that have been working on all of that, right? Exactly. The move and what it's going to look like inside, obviously, and everything like that.
Oh, absolutely. And we're looking forward to it.
Right. See,
that's all I can say right now.
Stuart, how have libraries changed as far as like a modern library, which you would still have books, obviously, but what are other needs do you think that communities are interested in?
Well, I think the libraries definitely they adapt to modern needs and modern technology. Some libraries have 3D printers, for instance. You know, we are looking for our new library upcoming. We're looking to have a maker space so people can kind of create on their own things in their own nature, in their own way, and sort of be more creative in that sense. A lot of people need more meeting room spaces, so that's something that we're also adding to the main library. You know, and adding all of our online resources and computers and computer labs and other technology like that. Last year we premiered those 3D Google goggles, those VR, goggles. So we had those at the library, for instance. Let's see, there's just so much going on.
Right, sure.
I got to try to remember everything.
Right, yeah. But you mentioned like meeting spaces. So, I'm sure you guys look at the library. This is a community kind of epicenter. I mean, it's a community area.
Absolutely.
So if there's meetings that need to be held or community groups or anything, the library should be able to provide some space for that.
Absolutely, and we're increasing that now. We have a space right now at the main library, but we're once the building is renovated, we'll add more spaces. Smaller rooms. Some people need small study rooms. Some people need big, conference rooms. So we're trying to accommodate for those types of situations.
And one of the big things, and Stuart Frazier's with us with the Kanawha County Public Library, the marketing coordinator. Again, give us a call to question about the library, 304-345-5858. Is I can't imagine what it would be to try to move everything out. Now,
that's going to be its own thing.
Right, there'll be an announcement in the near future about, because I know a lot of discussion has been taking place about where to move, on a temporary basis. So you guys are going to want to get the word out about that for the main library, and then all the branches will still be open and everything for people to go to.
Right.
But what kind of effort is that going to be to move?
Oh, monumental, to say the least. We have to wrap up the books and decide how many what books are going to move to where. And what maybe used to storage and all those types of things. I mean, things are going to kind of be spread out and spread around. And once we have a temporary location set, we'll let the public know. We'll let everybody know where we're at, what we're doing, what you can access, all that kind of good stuff. But, being able to just my office alone, if you see my office alone, this is going to take some time. This is going to take a little time here.
Now you can't really physically. Some things will have to go in storage, right? I mean, you can't actually move everything to another place.
No, probably not. I mean, some things will probably go in storage, but I think definitely the popular things that people will need or people will want to still access will have available. And like I said, we always have online capabilities that will always be available that you can always download for free. So we'll have options out there.
Right, right, exactly. And I mean, just it's just going through my mind about packing books and. I mean, if you've ever helped anybody move, if somebody has a lot of books, it's great, but there's always like that groan if you're helping somebody. I got a lot of books, and you're going, oh man.
Trust me, I know exactly what I've moved from my house to another house, or I've moved from another house to my house currently, and this huge bookshelf that we have is just. I don't want to move again.
Right? Yeah, the books are heavy. I mean, obviously, but yeah, it's exciting. And so the construction bids were open last week. So we're hoping maybe within the next few months, but probably next spring, I guess, would things would be rolling pretty good or getting underway.
We're hoping so.
With construction. Okay. 304-345-5858. 304-345-5858. Stuart Frazier's with us of the Kanawha County Public Library. Well, let's talk about a couple of things here. One is the holiday season. We're just a couple of weeks from Thanksgiving, and then we go into Christmas. This is a big time for the library.
Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of, holiday-related themed events going on that we're excited about. Again, all of our activities are free, open to the public. Anyone can come, pretty much, So, with the holidays coming up, we have a lot of holiday open houses in December, getting ready for, the winter holidays, the Christmas season, all that kind of good stuff. So a lot of our branches have holiday houses. We holiday open houses. So people are able to come in and to check out the library. We'll have food, we'll have refreshments there, we'll have crafts, we'll have games, we'll have music for some of them, other type of special fun events, and Santa will be there. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
That's all right.
Santa will be at these places as well. So it's a good place to get quick, free pictures with Santa and your kids. So going to other places.
Yeah. Now, what's the best way to find out about all those activities?
Best way to find out, you can go to our website, www.kanawhalibrary.org, and check out our events and classes page right there on the front page. Just click on that link. It'll show your our whole calendar, and you can check out what days are where. So, for instance, St. Albans, will start. St. Albans, Elk Valley, and the Riverside Public Library all will have theirs on December the 5th, around 5:30 to 6 o'clock. And on December 6th, we'll have Cross Lanes branch will have their open house. December 7th, Clendenin and Dunbar will have their open houses. The main library, downtown Charleston, will have theirs on the 12th, and Glasgow will have theirs on the 17th.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so a busy month coming up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, a lot of things going on, and that would be if you're not if you don't have a card, or if you're not a frequenter of the library, that would sound like to me be a good time to go to kind of get. It's an open house, right? So to go and learn about it and what's happening at your local library.
Absolutely. Come on in anytime, especially come on in during the winter or during the holiday open house. But you can come on in anytime, get your information about the library, get a library card, a free library card, get access to thousands and thousands of books, movies, DVDs, music, magazines, newspapers, periodicals, other events and programs that are going on, all for free.
Right, it's amazing. Yeah, amazing. What a great resource, and I know that the library board and those who have donated to the effort for the new Reimagine library. They have focused on what a great resource it is and how it is key to a community. When you think about a community, it's how key the library is.
Absolutely. I feel like a good community, has a good library in it. So it's a place, as we said before, a place where people can gather and just be. Even during this cold weather, walk into a library is absolutely free. It's one of the few places in a city where you can walk in and not be expected to buy something. You can just walk in and just be there and just enjoy your time there and just have community space and be able to meet other people, be able to find information that you may be interested in, and just be comfortable and no one's going to bother you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good community hub, and we want to keep it that way, and we're open for the community, for anyone in the community to come in and enjoy it.
And Stuart, obviously the library workers and those who, the librarians and different. They are so helpful. They are helpful people. That's kind of by their nature. They like to be helpful. They like to help people.
Oh, absolutely. They are some of the most helpful people I've ever met. They're always going above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that our patrons are taken care of. They get the information they need, or they get whatever they're trying to go, whatever is necessary. That they are happy to help jump up and do it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's 8:38 here with Stuart Frazier of the Kanawha County Public Library. Give us a call, 304-345-5858. Now, I like to use these shows when I'm hosting, too, and Dale Cooper does also. It's kind of a fact-finding for myself a little bit, right? So what kind of effort does it take, and I'm sure this is a constant effort, to review books, to get new books, Talk about that a little bit, just what kind of effort that is, and because I'm sure that's just a constant thing, right?
It kind of is, and there's actually a way to for patrons to actually request new books to be put into the library. There's a little tab on our website, kanawhalibrary.org. You can go there and request new items to be added to the library collection. There's a process. You basically just have to go in, email our book collection people, describe the books or book that you may be interested in adding, and the library's will take that information and see if they can find it. They'll see if there's anything available, see if there's space, and we'll do our best effort to get the book to you. So
right.
There's always that. Plus, there's also what we have, interlibrary loans. Where, let's say you come to the Dunbar Library. You walk into the Dunbar Library, you want a book. Well, the book is off the shelf, or it's not here. What you can do is request the same book from a different library branch, and that book will then be delivered to the Dunbar branch. Come back in a couple days, pick it up, and you have it.
Right, great. Yeah, great. Yeah, good service. That's one of the advantages of the system, too,
yeah, exactly.
Right? Exactly. Okay, great. It's 8:40. We're going to take our one and only break here. Stuart Frazier's with us of the Kanawha County Public Library. And give us a call, 304-345-5858, 304-345-5858. Back in a moment here on 580 WCHS.
It's time to reimagine your library. The Kanawha County Public Library is renovating the main library building in downtown Charleston, creating a fresh and exciting space to serve as the community's gathering place. Thanks to the generosity of private donors, construction will begin soon. Check out more at reimagineyourlibrary.com. And be sure to enjoy an extra day of library resources and programming. The Kanawha County Public Library is beginning Sunday hours at the main library in downtown Charleston from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
On the last talk line on Metro News, Senator Joe Manchin on presenting the long overdue award to the family of Joseph Guio for his service during World War II.
Out of 700, only 6 survived. He helped 40 of those get off of the ship into life rafts, but only 6 survived. And the 6 basically gave him credit. If it wasn't for him helping them get off of that ship as it was sinking, that they would have perished also.
Talk line weekdays at 10:06 right here on this Metro News radio station. We'll talk to you then.
Good morning. Clearing in progress for an accident at 4th Avenue and Patrick Street near the Kmart building. Traffic congestion on I-77 southbound, mile marker 111, where road work is taking place. Use caution when traveling through that area and expect some delays. And traffic congestion heading into Charleston on I-64 eastbound. Be prepared to slow down approaching the city. Traffic brought to you by City National Bank, where you can get a home equity line of credit with rates starting below prime. Equal housing lender. For a convenient location near you, log on to bankatcity.com. I'm Jeannie Kay from the WCHS Radio Network Traffic Studio.
It's 8:42 on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston. Thanks for joining us here. Ask the Expert, and we're talking Kanawha County Public Library today with Stuart Frazier, marking coordinator at the library, and busy time at the Kanawha County Public Library. I don't know when there's not a busy time. There's probably
True.
So it's just going from busy to busier.
Basically,
yeah.
There's always something going on.
Right, exactly.
Sure.
With the big move coming up, and just looking forward to seeing construction start down there, and clearing everything out and adding to it, and just. I think at the end, and I'm not going to speak for the library board or those who made the decision, but location is so important. And probably at the end they went like, well, look where we are. Mm-hmm. Great location.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so too. We did look at other locations
Sure.
while we were trying to figure out what exactly we wanted to do. And, a lot of times everything came back to where we are. I mean, we're right in the center of the city. We're easy to get to. And we want to be that community hub where everyone has has access to the library. Everyone can get there. Everyone can go in, and it's such a. I think, as you said before, it's such an iconic building. It's such an iconic space. That why go anywhere else?
Right, exactly. And the parking bridge, give people opportunity to park in the garage and walk over.
Right, absolutely, which is going to be a huge help for not just the patrons, but the staff as well.
Yeah.
We have to park. We have to find places to park as well. But yeah, that's going to be just a great addition, I think. And just sort of goes to show you that we are trying to adapt, and with what's going on with the rest of the world, we're trying to modernize and make sure that we are. Continue to be relevant in people's lives, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Because we know that building with some other things, but when the library first moved there, I mean, everybody didn't have 2 or 3 cars and different things. I mean, other ways of transportation were, but now you've got to adapt. Provide people places to park is important. So I know that was a big thing for the people who are planning this, right? To the access of the parking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've heard that many times throughout the years about parking, and we're looking to address that issue now.
Right, exactly. Yeah. 304-345-5858. 304-345-5850. A couple other things are coming. How about National Novel Writing Month?
Yes.
Yeah.
So National Novel Writing Month, or as the kids say, NaNoWriMo, is a month, and it's all through the month of November, where you are challenged. Everyone is challenged. It's a national program, so throughout the whole country, you're challenged to write a novel or 50,000 words within a month. So that's off the top, that seems like a big ordeal to do. It seems like it's really heavy to do. And the library is helping in a way that we are providing, supplies and materials to help people get interested in it, get people, we're providing spaces and quiet areas, people who are interested want to write and fill out, as much as they can, write as much as they can. And of course the library has all sorts of resources there anyway. You can, any novel that you're writing, you might want to do some research on the topic. Well, right there at the shelves. So, we've got a lot of different programs and different spaces available for people to actually come in and take advantage of NaNoWriMo. It's very popular. People have been doing it for the past few years, and we've been into it as well for the past few years. So we're just hoping that we're just pushing literacy more and pushing the written word, which is very important to a library, as you can imagine.
Right, sure it is, and in this day and age where writing is a challenge because we're just texting or we're tweeting, and it's all just these short messages, right? And so when you're talking about how many words you were talking about there, I mean that really requires some thinking and some creative thinking, creative writing, those type of things.
Absolutely we are. And that's something that we definitely want to push. And I just want to see somebody, take NaNoWriMo, write their novel, and then who knows, a year or two later, have that novel in the library.
Right.
I mean, what an amazing story that would be for that person, for the library, and for their community.
Yeah, it would be. So, exactly. And I remember when I was in college, like one of the first classes I had were English composition, where they challenged you to write. Keep a journal or write in, I forget how many words we had to write a week, but there were, we had to hand it in.
Right.
Hand in your, and that was before tablets or anything when I was in college. But you had to actually write it out, hand in your notebook.
Right.
And then the teacher, the professor, the teacher assistant in this case, professor assistant, I mean, he would hand that back to you. He would see and I don't know if he actually counted the words, but he probably had a pretty good idea. But
Right.
It was a challenge to try to, get you to think creatively and write creatively.
Absolutely. So, as a part of NaNoWriMo, I want to read a couple of tips that help or help anyone who's interested in doing it. For about, what was it, the 12th? Well,
Yes, 12. Yes, it's 12.
So we're 12 days in so far. So hopefully people have started.
Yeah.
But here's some tips to sort of help you complete your NaNoWriMo novel. So number one, don't let guilt and shame get in the way. For me, I've kind of been a writer on and off, and I always sort of feel guilty about not writing. You know what I mean? So, but this is just a fun event, NaNoWriMo. You don't have to feel guilty if you don't complete it or whatever. It's just something fun and something that you can exercise your creative juices with. So, don't let that stop you. Number two, plan for catch-up days. There's always going to be a time where you miss a day or two of writing. I think the website, the NaNoWriMo website, tells you to write about 1,600 words a week or something of that nature, something like that. But people have lives, people get busy. Plan for a catch-up day where you can come in and pound a few out extra. Write extra words when you have time or energy. That's another way, just to get as many words out as you can. Go to write-ins and build a support system, like at the library, where we will have, people will be there writing together, or have supplies there that or notebooks or pens, all that kind of good stuff, and a support group there that will help you and support you in your writing adventures. Update the word count using the tools at the NaNoWriMo.org. So that's a little plug for them. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Create a routine. Go in, get your coffee or get your whatever burger you have, whatever you're going to do. Take your stretches and sit down and write. Make sure you try to have a good routine that's comfortable for you, be able to do over and over again. Don't wait for an idea to hit you. Just start writing something. That's something that one of my writing teachers told me, is just sit down, put your hands to the keyboard, and just start writing and see what happens. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you don't.
Right, sure.
But just start writing. As long as you start writing something, typically you'll come back around to something good. use prompts. There's a lot of story prompts or word prompts, ideas that the website has, or you can find online. That'll get you started. Always a good way to start that way. Reward yourself. If you find that you've written 2,000 words in a week, take yourself out for coffee. Do something nice for yourself. Give yourself a reward. When you do something good, in this writing. Don't worry about editing, which is always one of the hardest parts for me. I hate editing. I hate doing that, but you can get to that later. Just put words out there and write, and just enjoy yourself. When you're stuck, you don't have an idea, go do something else. Do something active, take a break. Oftentimes that gets your juices flowing as well.
Right, you don't get the writer's block, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And most importantly, of course, just stay positive. Believe that you're going to do it. Stay focused on what you're going to do, and come to the library.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like, Stuart, that this month is kind of designed to kind of those who have maybe started novels before, started writing, and then generate interest for those who might have a talent in that area.
No, absolutely. Like I said, all about the written word, all about putting great ideas down and trying to, do something creative with your ideas. So,
right.
Just as you said.
Right.
Yeah.
And the written word is very important. It's very important to the library.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's pretty key.
Yeah, pretty key. As we move forward. Now, also, you guys have the 50th anniversary of the Coretta Scott King Book Awards. What's going on with that?
Yes. So, in honor of the anniversary of the Coretta Scott King Book Award, so the Coretta Scott King Book Award was founded in 1969 to recognize the work of Coretta Scott King and all that she has done to promote peace and brotherhood. It's basically awarded to authors who demonstrate an appreciation of African American culture and universal human beliefs in their books. And it's often done within children's books as well. So it commemorates the life of Mrs. King and all the work that she's done. Now, and what we're doing at the library is we have a I Love Peace children's writing and illustrating event. So what we're proposing throughout this month, children in grades kindergarten through 6 are invited to write or illustrate how they would make peace in the world, or how they would bring about peace, or what peace means to them in this. So what they can do is go to any branch of the KCPL system, any branch. There's an entry form you can fill out and take home with you, fill it out, and work on your work, your writing or your picture, whatever it is that you're doing. Right, work on that. Bring that work back by November 25th to the branch that you're familiar with, and that will be entered into our contest. Now, all the submissions will be displayed at our open houses, which we talked about last time. But there's also going to be a grand prize drawing for the writer and the illustrator. So there's 2 grand prizes. I don't know what those are, but they're great. They're awesome. So there'll be a grand prize drawing, picked out randomly from the writers section and the author and the illustrator section. So we're doing that again, just to celebrate Coretta Scott King Book Award and trying to build peace in this world
and get those creative juices flowing among kids, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of put their thoughts down and different things, and illustration too. Either way,
absolutely.
Either way, because they can do that at any branch.
They can do that at any branch, any branch they walk into.
Okay, great. So that's available. That's available this month. Stuart Frazier is with us, marketing coordinator, Kanawha County Public Library. Talk about if maybe someone's it's I think you mentioned this earlier. It's really not that difficult to use the library. Say you're just coming into town and you see, okay, I want to see what the Kanawha County Public Library has to offer, or you want to get a card. I mean, what are the steps? What is the process?
Oh, it's very simple to get a card. All you need to do is walk into any branch, again, whatever the closest branch is to you. go to the front desk, say hello to the person behind the circulation desk, and they can hand you basically a library card application form, and you just basically need a form of ID and proof of address somewhere in West Virginia. We have card holders in every county of West Virginia, so a proof of address and somewhere in the state of West Virginia, and fill out the form, and in like 3 minutes you'll have your card. And then you'll be able to access, all the books that we have on the shelves. You'll be able to access some of our online resources like Hoopla Digital or Freegal Music or RB Digital, which has, magazines and musical instruments teaching modules as well. So, all these types of things that you'll be able to access with a library card.
And those are free.
And those are free, absolutely free.
It's amazing. It's just amazing, that's what a way to get access to any. And I don't want to downplay books because books are very important, but it's so much more than books.
Absolutely, yeah. Even Canopy, we have Canopy now, which is a video streaming service. It's like Netflix, basically, but free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can download movies there. You can watch the movies there, or you can, like I said, as we had talked about before, ebooks, audiobooks. Go to Hoopla Digital. That's where I read my comic books.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much there. Television shows, old TV shows that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or maybe some that you can discover.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all sorts of different options that are available. If you're interested in learning a new language, we have a service called Mango Language. Get your library card. You want to learn German? Plop that in, and start the process, and you can learn German for free with your library card.
Right. And then your website's great too. I mean, you can access so much of this at the website.
Absolutely.
Obviously. Yeah, good. And we've got a couple minutes left here in the show, and always informative. And here with Stuart Frazier with the Kanawha County Public Library. So again, all those open houses coming up in December. Sounds like basically the first week, and then first 2 weeks of December. And have that opportunity to go to the library, and then you'll keep us updated. You're going to be in here every once in a while, so you'll keep us updated on the move. What's happening with the move?
Yes, sir. I'll be around.
All right. And it's I don't know. You're going to get a construction hat.
I don't know if they want me on there.
So they're going to actually. The existing library that'll be basically gutted, right, and just repurposed, and then the addition on the back.
Yes, that's right. So just gut the whole thing from the interior, all inside out, and then we're going to add again 20,000 square feet, wrapped around the side and the back, the bridge over from the parking garage, and just everything from the inside. We're going to change up some floors, add some more resources in there, add some more spaces, and a lot of stuff.
And just the in the temporary location, that'll be, we'll get a lot of word out about that because people are going to want to know.
Absolutely.
What's happening with that? Okay. All right. It's a cold day. It's going to get colder, so good time to head to the library. And I know kids aren't in school today because it's parent-teacher conference.
That's right.
So, get kids might have an opportunity. Yeah, that's right. Get an opportunity to go to the library. Best way to get a hold. Go to the website.
Yeah, go to the website, kanawhalibrary.org, or you can also catch us on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, and you can find us on YouTube as well.
All right, great. There you go. A lot of great opportunity. Okay. Hey, it's been good seeing you, Stuart, and we look forward to hearing the word coming up on what's going to be happening as we move forward here.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, all right. Stuart Frazier with the Kanawha County Public Library with us. And again, go to their website or go to any of the branch libraries that he discussed this morning. Okay, stay tuned. Coming up next is ABC News. We'll follow that with local news and Danny Jones with 580 Live. This is 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
580 WCHS AM, 96.5 FM Charleston, and 104.5 FM Cross Lanes, a West Virginia Radio Corporation station. It's 9 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The country's oldest former president, 95-year-old Jimmy Carter, facing surgery this morning for a blood clot in his head. It is putting pressure on his brain. ABC's Steve Osunsami in Atlanta